Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Flight 96. I'm your host, Hunter Foreman, and today we have another two-person episode. This is going to be interesting, actually, because last week's episode was the first ever birthday edition, celebrating my birthday, and we had Maddie McCoy and Samantha Dobowski. Now we have two people from that same squad, I guess? You could say squad, I guess. I mean, so they're all friends, and the person to my right, which I'll introduce and everything, it was actually the first person to come up to me and say, hey, I want to be on the show. So to the right of me is my homie, basically my ride or die. Cheyenne Clopton's here.
Hey.
And to my left is the cool, calm, always carries herself with respect. But if you decide to roast her, she'll roast your ass back. Ladies and gentlemen, Curran's in the building.
What's up?
So, Cheyenne, to the right of me, what made you, in your right mind, want to come on this show and think?
Well, first of all, I think it's cool that you do something different, and you're my friend, so I want to support you. Like, I'll be on the show like 3 times. I don't care. Like, it's like what you like to do. And like the first episodes, I was just like, I didn't get it, and then I was just like, these are fun. Like
it's just conversations.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So, Cheyenne is the eldest of all of us. But we'll get to Cheyenne in a minute. We're going to start with Kaylee because I met Kaylee kind of late. I want to say junior, sophomore year, maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe it was our senior year in Miss
Asbill's class.
Was that the first class we ever had together?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Really know.
But she was always like, you were like, is it like you were just like this way? Did things in your past or stuff that you're doing now like make you be like so calm and cool? Because every time I've talked to you, it's always mellow and chill.
I think I'm just a very chill person. Like, that's just my personality. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really been known as crazy. Maybe about my boyfriends, but
that is true. Like, I never noticed that you were so calm.
Like, I've never heard you yell.
Oh, I can yell.
I mean, everybody can, but it's just like I just never heard you like get heated. Get very heated and was like, all right, listen, I'm about to punch somebody in the face.
Kaylee's good at like not letting things get to her.
That's what's up, though. I mean, you're not easily rattled, which is good. So that means like you're good in like high risk like situations.
I guess you could say that.
So what was high school for you? Just you?
I don't know. I was just like, I regret a lot of things that I did in high school just because like the way I was. I wish that I was more outgoing and I wasn't so held back. Because I mean, high school was fun for me, but it could have been so much more fun if I wasn't so shy. So I do regret being like that.
So how did you get to know, Maddie and Cheyenne and Samantha? Like, how did that all come about?
Freshman year, my first period, first day of high school. Sam was in my Spanish class with Mr. Reyes, I think. No, I don't know what his name was.
I don't know the Spanish teachers.
But anyways, we had a project, and she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, Kaylee, do you want to be my partner?" And I was like, "Yeah." And eventually we started talking more, and then she was like, "I want you to meet my sister, and I want you to come over. I feel like y'all will really get along." And then Cheyenne and Joanna were really good friends with them.
This is the second time Joanna's been shouted at Joanna. What's up, Joe?
Yeah. So I started hanging out with them ever since then.
Wow. I mean, has like that friendship kind of changed who you are kind of as a person, or is it kind of just like made you even more mellow knowing that you kind of have a good support system and friends? Because I mean, I feel like y'all are all close knit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like the whole group, I guess you could say. I mean, it's definitely changed since then. It's just like there's like in and out like friendships. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're girls, like we obviously.
Y'all get emotional,
but
so I get it.
I'll always love all of them, no matter what. That's a definite. So.
Now we're gonna make a transition over to Cheyenne. Now, Cheyenne was in a different. It was in a different class of us. She was, as me and Kaylee were in the same class. Cheyenne was, I think, 1 year above us or 2. I don't remember.
1.
It was 1. Okay, so what was it like for you, getting there, like as a freshman before we did, and what was it like before, Cause I mean, you were how I met Cheyenne was kind of like, it was kind of periodic. Like, we kind of showed up at the same places. Like, she would always say what's up, and I would always say what's up, and that's about it. And then she dated one of my neighbors, and I would just be walking home one day, and Cheyenne would just be hanging out there. I remember this. Specifically, she was eating a McFlurry, and she had a bow in her hair, and she talked to me about something, and she was like, hey, what's up? And then
I'm pretty sure we talked for like 2 hours that day too.
Yeah.
Chance, he used to live down and right behind you, right?
Yeah, right behind me.
Wow,
like the
that's
little,
crazy.
Yeah,
Cheyenne is always a good person to have a conversation with, for sure.
Facts.
She always can easily talk to anyone, and she just talks about their life. And like anytime that we're being quiet, she's always like, "So, how was your day today?" And
she's so caring.
Yeah.
I mean,
thanks, y'all.
So, what was high school for you, walking into that? Just being kind of being there before us, kind of.
I think everyone's really nervous because you care. Like, you can't help but care what people think,
It's high school. We all do.
Like Kaylee said, like, I have a bunch of regrets about high school, but, like, I regret them, but then I don't. Because I'm like, everything that I've done leads me up.
Yeah, it happens for... Well, everything happens for a reason. Were you kind of, like, nervous that you weren't going to, like, meet any friends? Was it just you're nervous that you just weren't going to be, like, or are you just nervous just going there, period? Because high school gives you a lot of pressure just walking in there.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know. I think... Wait. What was the question?
I say, was it, like, were you just scared that you weren't, like, meeting any friends? Or were you just, like, letting the pressure of, like, high school and the fact that it leads you to the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Did that ever get to you? Or did it kind of just, like... or did it just come naturally?
I never was really nervous about meeting friends because I could literally talk to a wall.
Yo, like Taylor Monroe said that last episode 2, and that's, yeah. Everybody.
I love Taylor. She's so cute. But, I don't know. It's just scary because everything's like, like people change. Like, that's where you find your friends and stuff, and that is true. So, yeah. Nothing really
ever got to you?
No, I think what changed the most was after high school. It's kind of like, oh shit, what do I do now?
Yeah, I mean, of course high school is fun. You're supposed to do all the fun stuff like pep rallies, of course high school parties and all that other stuff, and all the pageantry what comes with prom and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, I feel like I don't know if it's a good like precursor to the rest of your life, because you could waste 4 years, or you can actually use those 4 years to get ahead of everybody else. And I just feel like some people may waste those and may focus on the negative rather than focusing on just bettering their life. For sure. Do you guys find of course, like, probably how long did it take you guys to adjust to after school life, basically?
After school life?
Or are you guys just not fully adjusted?
It just like kind of hit me in the face one day.
Yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I don't know. It wasn't really my choice to move out and get my own place, but ever since I've lived on my own, I feel like I've matured so much, and like I just have a total different outlook on life, and it's crazy.
You look at everybody differently?
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, not even necessarily looking at people differently, just looking at life in general differently, and being positive and just having a good outlook.
Mm-hmm. Cheyenne? Any chime in on this one?
Y'all keep going, and then I'll just chime in when I'm ready.
So, I mean, y'all are two different people, but y'all have many interests, if that makes sense.
It's kind of weird too, because like me and Kaylee were not the closest in high school. Like, we always hung out with Jack and Sam and like the same group, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
there's like certain friendships. Like me and Sam were really good friends before I came into that group, and so it's like me and Sam were really close, and then
me and Jackie were really close, and it
And
go back and forth. But
was there like any like? Because I have to ask this because it always happens when it's like the new girl that gets in the new group of friends. Was there like that snarky kind of like, who is this? Like,
no, not at all. Well, when Kaylee first like started hanging out with us, like I just like I'll be friends with anyone, so I was just like that's fine. But I didn't know that she considered me a friend because we just didn't really talk like a lot until one day they were like, Kaylee said something and she was like that y'all are friends. I was like, what? We're friends? She considers me a friend. Like that makes me
she
so
got all
happy.
excited.
I was like,
that's what's up.
That's so cool.
Do y'all believe in the hierarchy in high school? And what I mean by that is that do you believe that there is like this kind of level where it's like popular people and then below them it's just everybody else? Do you? I mean, if y'all do, I mean, because I truthfully, it took me for like 2 years maybe. I believed in that, and then like after my junior year, I was like, you know what, all of y'all are the same, so I'm just gonna stop, basically trying to be everybody's friend. I'm just gonna be myself, basically, which is what you should do.
No matter like where you are working, like 30 years from now, like there's always gonna be like people on top, that people consider popular or whatever. I don't know, but I don't
specifically for high school. Basically, do you believe in that?
Yeah, because I feel like that could be like in any situation, like where there's.
Oh, okay. You know I guess I get what you're saying. It's not just. It doesn't just happen in high school. It happens everywhere else. Okay. What about you, Kaylee? Do you believe in that?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, I don't really know. In high school, I was just so shy. Like I would be scared to talk to anyone. I could never initiate.
She did keep to herself.
A conversation, and so. I don't really know. I mean, yeah, there were popular people, but...
Wait, can I reword mine? Like, I don't believe in it as in, like...
Think it's a good thing, kind of?
Yeah, I just think it just happens, but I'm, like... Those people that, like, everyone worships, like, you just... Like, you don't know, like, I don't know. People
put other people on pedestals, and I think it's interesting.
In high school, it's not for the best reasons that they're popular.
Exactly. So, like, my thing is that... people will put these people on pedestals and they're getting this attention, but then again, 9 times out of 10, it's not even good attention, to be honest. I mean, I don't think any of y'all want to be midget on Twitter talking about, terrible things and saying and somebody, saying snarky comments and all this other stuff. I don't think anybody wants that. So, you mean my advice... Like,
if someone mentioned me on Twitter... and that would consider me popular, then I don't want to be popular. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to be known.
You don't want extra attention for, you just want to be a regular person, basically.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I think everyone's equal. It's just, like, their personalities are what makes them popular. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that's a big part of it.
I mean, I think, the reason why Cheyenne has so many friends, basically, is because she's not afraid to talk to other people, like you just said. She's not afraid to talk to other people.
But I feel like that also can get me in trouble. There are situations where, like, I don't know, I regret stuff in high school where I'm just like, wow, like, I was wild. But I think, like, I don't regret it, though, because, like, it taught me something, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I had to go through that to realize. You have
to lose in order to win, basically. And I think that is a really good mindset. Now, let's talk relationship talk. Kaylee, we'll start with you. 3 things that from a first, like, when you first get a glimpse of a dude, first 3 things that guy should have before even approaching you. Yo, hold on. Before she even answers, the look that she just gave me. Yo, she looked like a deer in the headlights, so she literally looked at me like that, like wide-eyed, no blinking.
So I am dating Parker right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
he was on the show, season 1, episode 2.
Yep. And I don't
Well, okay, let me reword the question. What 3 qualities make you still like him, basically, if that makes sense?
Like him? Okay, so I like him like 50% of the time. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I just love Parker a lot, but we just, like, when we're together, we don't necessarily have to act like we're in a relationship and that's how it's supposed to be, you know? Like, we're more like best friends, I think, and we can just laugh.
I think that's more healthy.
Have a good time.
I believe that's more healthy. I think if you guys are kind of best friends first, then the relationship just kind of comes there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that's not necessarily how it happened in the beginning, but yeah.
Shout out to Parker. Cheyenne, what about the 3 qualities for a dude to...
I never answered, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay,
No, go ahead.
Let me think of 3 things. Definitely have a good style. Have
That's a first. I haven't heard this one yet.
Good dental hygiene. Good
That is
hygiene
very important.
in general.
Talk about it.
And then you have to be funny. You have to have a just like.
I think that's fair
laugh
enough.
with me.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Cheyenne.
I look at the way a guy carries himself. What else?
Maddie also brought up a good point last episode about how he treats his mom.
That is very true.
That is very true. I was very shocked when she said that.
I don't think anyone can express that enough. Like, we see that. Like, how you treat your mom is how you're going to treat
Because your mother brought you into this world. Like, that's unconditional love from the get-go. So, you know what I'm saying? So, the way you treat your mom is... I'd say dial it down to about 60%. Because there's people that treat their significant others like their mom, and I just kind of find that weird. But that's a different story. So,
but there are certain situations where the relationship just isn't there with their mom, or maybe.
Oh, of course, it's about everybody's situations at that time. But you said way he carries himself.
I love, like Kaylee said, someone that can make me laugh, and
that's very key. That is very key.
I don't know. I just, like, look at a person overall. Like, I mean, I don't, like, judge them, but I'm not picky. I mean, I'm picky, but, like...
You're picky, but you're not picky?
No, I am picky, but, like... Honestly, I have no type, so I don't know how to answer this question, because, like, if I like you, I like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Wow. Okay. I mean, is there, like, a specific... I mean, well, specifically for Cheyenne, not for Kaylee, but is there a specific, like that one thing that just automatically attracts you just to somebody, or is it just like all those things just kind of all at once?
Eyes.
Yeah, I'm like a sucker for some like green or blue. I'm not gonna lie, but now that I'm a mom, like if I see you with Zayden, which like I'm not trying to find like a stepdad for Zayden, that's not what I'm doing, but like that's important. Like
you can't put
like
more
that's gonna
emphasis
be
on
like
that.
That's my son forever.
Of course.
So
let's talk about Baby Z.
Isn't he so cute?
Yeah. So of course because my brother had just recently had a baby on Super Bowl Sunday, and that I think it's changed his life. Now, did this make you like go from Cheyenne Clopton to Cheyenne Clopton 2.0? Or did this just was like, all right, I'm a mom, time to be a grown-ass woman?
Well, I feel like I've always been responsible. Like, I can be crazy and I can be wild, but I've always been safe. And this is why my parents trust me so much. Like, I was supposed to move to Tech, and a week before I had my dorm and everything, and a week before I found out I was pregnant. And so, of course,
you told me in the most slick way, too. Yeah, you
what did
really
I tell
did. You were just like... I think we were at a football game or something like that, and you were talking to somebody, and like I walked up. Oh, I remember. And then you looked at me, and then you said it, and then I was like, "What?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, you heard me." And then you walked off, and I was like, "Time out! I need the whole story." And then, so what was? I mean, were you scared?
I'm sure. Okay, I've heard this so many times, and it's so true. No one is ever prepared to have a baby. I did not.
Even if you're married or not.
You know, I was always like, that would never happen to me. That would never happen to me. And it did. I don't regret it because literally Zayden's my whole world. But it's hard. Like, it's some tough shit, like, being a mom. Just, it's scary because, like, you want what's best for them. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people even look at you even more under a microscope that you're a mom. You know, like, I've gotten people, like, not really, I don't know, like, I feel more judged now because I feel like people think I can't have a social life.
That's completely wrong.
It's just like, you don't understand like the hard work that I put like with Zayden each week.
You have to be a mom in order to understand.
Yeah, for sure. Like, my mom used to try to tell me all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't get you because I'm not a mom. But now, like, everything's changed.
Yeah, everything makes sense to you now.
Yeah, and like, I look at things differently. I definitely don't think, like, I'm still, like, I'm a young mom. I don't think I should stop, like, I don't think I should, like, I don't know how to word this, like,
like, stop doing things to make yourself happy just because you have a kid. Like,
yeah, like,
you just continuing being
like,
who you are.
Yeah, like, I'm not trashy. Like, I don't post stupid shit. You know, like, I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hate when people try to tell me, like, just because what they see on the surface, you know?
Yeah, they don't know who you are as an actual person.
Yeah, or how
they wouldn't know
hard.
that you're an actual responsible person who
So
who makes their child number one before anything else happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I commend you for that, because I think everybody should be responsible parent as much as they can, because I mean, being a single mom is not the easiest thing in the world from the surface, because of course I wouldn't know. And I feel like you have to be made of, basically you have to be Iron Woman. You know what I'm saying? You have to take things on the chin and be like, okay, this is what I have to do. You have to sacrifice a lot. And shout out to all the moms basically out there who sacrifice for their children. So
yeah, and it just makes me mad when like people are like, I don't know, like just judge like young moms, but like they don't understand like the hard work we put in it. Like literally, like providing for our babies, working, going to school. Like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't give myself enough credit until people remind me, and I'm like, you're right. Like I shouldn't be upset about what these people are saying,
because you've been blessed with a good kid.
Yeah, he's so awesome.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, there's nothing bad about being a young mom.
There's not rules to being a parent.
There really isn't. There's no rule book.
It would be awesome if a baby came out with a rule book, but they don't. And like
you have to adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cheyenne's like done so good with him. I mean, I don't know. I
believe
remember
that.
Whenever he was first born, I went and saw her in the hospital, and he was so tiny and cute. And she still didn't know what she was gonna name him, and I don't know. Just so.
How'd you come up with the name, by the way?
I used to work at a daycare, and there was this kid named Zayden, and I was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Zayden." I'm like, "Aiden?" He's like, "No, Zayden." Zayden. I was like, "I love that." And it's funny because I still see the kid, like, I saw him at a wedding, like, not too long ago. And I was like, I have to show you a picture of my baby. I named him after you. And he thought it was the coolest thing.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, no matter how much we say, like, sometimes little kids get on the nerves, they are kind of our future. So we kind of have to, you know, make them feel good about themselves. So I bet that makes him feel good at the end of the day that you named.
He was my inspiration.
Yeah, for the kid, yeah. So that's a good thing. There's a lot of different things that social media has done. My PSA is always that social media ruins lives. I know I'm not going to ask what stuff you've been involved in, but do you honestly believe that social media does ruin lives? Because I truly believe that.
I for sure think it does, because, you know, people are going to judge you off what you put on there. Like, they don't know what's going on with your families or what's going on, like, within yourself. And, like, I've been judged. I know I've judged people before. Like, not intentionally, but it just happens, you know?
Mm-hmm. We all
and
make
where
mistakes.
I had to step back and be like, I have no fucking room to talk. Like,
I mean, Kaylee?
I don't necessarily think that it ruins lives. I think that you just have to be careful about what you post and be sure that you're always being responsible, because you never know who's looking at that. No matter if your account's private or not, it doesn't mean that people aren't seeing it.
Exactly.
And just being careful with what you post should help out.
Yeah. So I mean.
But I mean, people do get bullied all the time, and like I saw a post the other day on Twitter, and it was this girl's senior pictures, and she was so proud of them, and she was like, I'm about to be graduating, blah blah blah, And people kept adding her and were like, what the fuck, is that your real smile? Like, is this a joke? And I'm just like, that's so horrible. Like, why are you going to sit there? It's like, she was feeling so good about herself, and they totally ruined that for her. And I think that could ruin something because, I mean, that I'm sure that really hurt her.
I mean, my thing is that, I mean, keep making references for past episodes, but I love this season so far. But Bansky said the thing about she said that she made a strong point about how cyberbullying doesn't exist because you can just turn off your phone or turn off your computer, and there's some truth to that, but it doesn't matter.
People are making those.
It still
comments.
hurts. Yeah, it still hurts people's feelings no matter what. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to let it affect you, but either way, deep down inside, you're like, wow, people really do think my smile's ugly. You know?
Yeah, it gets to you in some way, shape, or form, and I feel like just goes back to the simple rule: if you got nothing nice to say to them, don't say anything at all. So you know what I'm saying?
I'll never understand mean people, or people that I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like you're allergic to mean people.
No, because I know I can be mean if you make me mad, but I try not to because I know I have no room to talk. So
I don't know, but I don't even really remember how me and Cheyenne became close, but I do remember this one specific day. I mean, we weren't really super close at this point in time, but she was pregnant and she was with Chance, and we were hanging out, and I was actually about to move out of my house the next day, and it was pouring outside, and we were at Austin Martinez's house.
Shout out to Austin.
I wanted to hang out with them, and then but it ended up being 2:00 in the morning, and I was like, fuck, I have to go home and pack my whole room before I move out tomorrow morning. And Cheyenne was just like, no, you're not about to leave here. Go to Walmart, buy boxes, because I still had to buy boxes. I'm such a freaking
procrastinator.
Yes, and she was freaking pregnant, and I don't know. Chance was. Yep.
You wait a minute. She was helping you move, or was she just telling you, no, you're not doing this?
You're not gonna leave in the pouring rain and go buy yourself boxes and then go pack. And so her and Chance came with me in the pouring rain.
This is 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were loading boxes into her car with her big old belly, and it was that was a turning point for me that day for sure. I was just like, wow, Cheyenne and Chance are really awesome people, and I need them in my life.
Shout out to Chance.
Which is the father of baby Z.
Yeah, which I could never take away from him. He is an amazing dad. And it sounds weird because things aren't working with me and Chance, and I don't feel like I need to get in touch with that. But I'm so glad that that's Chance's dad. That's
awesome. Because it's whether y'all are together or not, the best thing is Satan's number one.
Yeah, and I dated Chance for 6 years.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Let's take that concept and talk about it for a minute. And not the actual relationship, the specific relationship that you had, but long distance relationship. What do you think goes into that? 6 years is a long time, and if that ends, you can't get those 6 years back. So what does that do to your psyche in and out of the relationship? And you can speak on this too as well.
Well, me and Chance didn't date for 6 years straight. It was on and off. I know I've done things that I definitely regret doing to Chance, and I'm sure he feels the same way. But honestly, it is hard. It's something you have to work at all the time. No matter what happens between me and Chance, and for the longest time I was I just don't understand how you date someone for that long for no reason, because this is when we broke up. And I would tell my mom, I know it's not for nothing. And she was like, it's not for nothing. You guys had Zayden. No matter what happens between you and Chance, Zayden's going to be okay because you guys are both good people.
A piece of advice for things that happen like that is life is a book. And I always, ever since I graduated high school and just stopped giving a fuck, I've taken it to this as kind of my credo kind of things that I live by. One of the many things I live by is that life is a book, and the pages within the chapter are things leading up to a milestone, and when you hit that milestone, that's an end of a chapter and the beginning of a new one. Mm-hmm. You having baby Z, I'm still gonna call him like that just because I want to. No, so is a milestone in anybody's life, and it ended a chapter where you kind of did. It was kind of one big question mark where you didn't know where kind of things were going, and then all of a sudden that happened, and then all of a sudden that just put you back on straight, and now you're about to enjoy a whole brand new life. It's like it's kind of like you're just starting over.
Yeah.
And I think that's always good for somebody, because it doesn't matter what we did in the past, doesn't matter what we even did yesterday. It always matters what's happening now and towards the future, and hopefully that from that point in time you have good intentions all the way through.
Yeah, for sure. Because at first I didn't understand. I was so confused. Like I didn't get it. Like, I was supposed to go off to school, and like I was supposed to be the ones to make my parents proud. And so I think when I first found out I was pregnant, I was scared about what people were gonna think. Like, oh, like she just got knocked up. Like, but when Zayden was born, like that's when my life began. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's confusing, but it totally makes sense, because now I can't imagine being without him.
I can tell you right now, from high school till now, yeah, there's been a change. It's like you have more confidence in yourself.
Well, yeah, that is true, but that's because of like everything that I went through. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I had to go through those wild stages to
get to it's baby Z's a brass ring for you, and you had to do all of these struggles, all these trials and tribulations just to get your brass ring, and you got it. So you can hold it, caress it, cuddle with it, whatever you want, and just have fun.
Yeah, for sure. Being
a mom. Now, Kaylee on the other side, like. Since you're in a current relationship, what do you think generally, if you were asking for a friend, basically, it is that you have things you have to withstand and things you have to do to make sure your relationship works and goes as long as you want it to?
Well, relationships, I'll say this, are definitely work. You can't get into a relationship and say, hey, like, this is gonna be great fun. And
no relationship is perfect.
Facts.
And like, there's gonna be things that y'all are gonna have to go through together, and sometimes you're probably not gonna be like the happiest you've ever been, but that's normal. Like, that's okay. And sometimes you're gonna get tired of each other, and that's okay. Like, I think a lot of times when people start having problems in a relationship, their like first instinct is to run, and that's.
I don't think it's that's not a good first instinct at all. So that's at least what I think.
Yeah, that's not a good first instinct. Like, you need to stick it out, and if you really love that person, then you can definitely make it work. But it is work, and sometimes sometimes things happen and people make mistakes, and that's totally up to you if you forgive them and move on. But if you do forgive them and move on, you have to actually, and this is coming from experience, like, you have to move on from that shit. Like, you can't you can't say, hey, like, it's okay, I want to be with you again, even though you fucked up, but I'm still gonna bring this shit up all the time. Like, that's not fair.
That's not fair. Two, it's not healthy.
Yeah,
it can lead to something toxic, and
so
it just.
If you're gonna be like that, just give yourself time. And
do you think both of you can answer this question? I've seen a lot of relationships where they are together literally 24/7. No. Is that healthy at all?
If you really want to be with someone that often, that's okay, I guess. But eventually you're going to get tired of each other. But, I mean...
So space is definitely a good key thing.
I think space is good. I mean, for me and Parker, space is good. Because it makes us miss each other. And then when we're back together, we're like, wow, I miss you so much. But...
There's the key. There it is.
And you just have to
Not that me and Parker are, like, relationship goals or anything, because...
Relationship goals don't exist. I'm just going to let you know right now they don't. But go ahead, Cheyenne.
What? I forgot.
No, we were talking about what it takes to, have a long relationship, basically. And also being, like, you know, is
I
it
remember.
bad for them to be together all the time?
Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. I think that you should have your time apart because like you are your own person, and that makes you complement each other. You know what I mean? Like, and I think you guys should have separate friends. You can have friends together, but some relationships are like they're tough.
They are tough. You learn about relationships real quick when you get in high school.
Yeah, even my mom, who's like married, like she's like the best person ever because I feel like she knows everything. I mean, everyone thinks they're like the best of their mom. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, even now she's married. Like they still have problems. You know?
Mm-hmm. Everybody does.
For sure.
It isn't. It's one of those things where it's gonna come with it, whether you want it or not. And like I said, people say relationships aren't fun. I think one of you just said that. Relationships aren't fun, but
they definitely, you have to have fun sometimes, but that's not what it's all gonna be.
Wait, say aren't or are?
Aren't.
Did I say that?
No, I said they.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the thing is with this is that like, there's sometimes when you're with this significant other and you're just looking at them like, my God, I want to put a bullet in you like right now.
Like you can love and hate someone at the same time.
It
is possible.
Yeah, it's possible. You can. I mean, because because plus I think that can lead to something toxic as well. Like whether your emotions would be, whether your emotions would be high or low, or you don't. I mean, there's sometimes where, from a guy standpoint, girls have mood swings, and you don't know which you're gonna get every day.
Okay,
no, literally,
guys have
struck a nerve.
No, see, point example, like boys think so much different than girls, so it's hard to like.
You have to before a girl becomes crazy and is like, what the fuck? Why is he doing this? Blah blah blah. Like you have to think about it, like not saying anything bad, but sometimes guys just don't think. Guys think with the wrong head.
Oh, bro. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. We're the only people that got two brains.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I don't know. You do have to see it from a guy's standpoint. Whenever y'all are in an argument, you have to say, you know what? Like I see it from this way, but he sees it from this way because he's a guy and he's dumb. Is
it good to agree and disagree when y'all are in big fights? Like if something happens and y'all are and there's like literally no ending, y'all been fighting for like 2 months about the same thing, and y'all just like, you know what? It's agree to disagree, or do y'all like fight to the end until someone wins?
Well, like we probably have like different views on this. Yeah. You go first.
Parker's always like the other night we were arguing, and he was like, I'm right and you're wrong. And I was like, that's not the point here. And that is such a girl thing. Like, that's not my point. I want you to listen to me and say you fucking understand. I don't want to win, you know?
Okay.
And that's a guy thing. Like, we always have to win. You know
that makes a lot of dudes that are listening to this feel a lot better than in relationships, is that they don't always have to, that you don't always have to win.
But they do think that no matter
because it becomes a competition, and we're competitive dogs.
Exactly.
We're horrible, down, dirty, shameful dogs, man.
Thank you.
Like if I have to be the one to say it, then I'll say it. Like we are just terrible.
But there are girls that can be like that too.
Yes.
I'm about to say, there's some girls out there that are like, geez, you're like, yeah, you stay over there. So because I know first time if I walk into a public place and I see a girl, I can tell by her demeanor, like by the way, this might be weird, by the way she stands, by the way she like has if she has a scowling like model look on her face, I automatically think she's conceited. But I'm not the
Oh my god, I can't tell you how many times someone has been like I started working at the Hilton, and after I got to know everyone, they were like, you're actually really cool. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, I don't know, you just kind of, I feel like I get judged all the time. Like I've been told so many times, they're like, everyone always assumes that I'm mean.
Exactly.
I think it's a
resting bitch face so bad.
That's just, it happens with girls. Like it just happens. Like I've been with some of my guy friends, and they'll be like, they'll be like, all right, I don't want to approach her, bro. Like, she looks like she'll like slap me, man. Like, I'll be like, not specifically any of y'all, just to anybody. Yeah. Like, I'll be like, dude, you may not know. She may be a nice person. Like, if you just walk up there.
No, for sure. And I just think that, like, I don't know, it's intimidating, I guess.
Which is more intimidating? Girls approaching guys or guys approaching girls?
I think it just depends on the person and how confident they are.
I don't know. I don't like to approach guys because I'm scared of getting.
You don't like? You have a fear of rejection?
Yeah, I would not like. I don't think I would take that very well.
Anyone is lucky to have her. She's crazy.
But I don't know. That's just not how I am. I would rather a guy approach me.
See, I think I'm the opposite.
Well, okay, my thing is yeah, because you're more sociable. You can walk up to a wall and be like, yo, what's good, wall? What's good, son? Like my thing is that I think it's sometimes, me personally, I think it's guys, because one, it depends on how the amount of fear you have for rejection. Like, if the worst, like you have to get in back of your head thinking, the worst thing she can say is no, and then you can just move to the next one. Like,
see, like, Kaylee's scared of rejection, but I'd be like, well, what if I never like did it? Then I wouldn't have known if it was gonna work out.
Exactly.
You know? So I'm like, just fucking do it.
So you're more strategic and kind of think back and observe, and you're just like, I'm gonna go fucking do it, basically.
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
I think that's why we compliment each other. This is so weird because like I said, me and Kaylee weren't close in high school. But when I got pregnant, like, out of all of the people that I could imagine, she was the only person that has actually, Kaylee Torres, shout out to you too. The only person that has, like, stuck by my... Yeah, Kaylee's. That's stuck by my side, you know? And, like, I would have never expected that. And we don't have to be like, oh my god, you're my best friend, blah, blah, blah. We just know that
shit
like,
is fake.
She's got me and I got, like, her. Wait.
Facts. Yeah. No, facts. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I'm going to say, you said it right. But, I mean, that's what friendships have to be. Like, you can't just be like, oh my god, I'm my best friend, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's cool for reassurance sometimes, but, like, that reassurance can be shown in many different ways. Yeah. Like, if you call them and they're like, yo, I'm stuck on the side of the road, man. Like, my tires, like, I'm done, man. And then that person can do one of two things. Actually, three. Go and just be a good friend.
Without asking questions.
B, not answer the phone. Or C, answer the phone, but they're not in a position to get to you. Mm-hmm. So that's such a good thing that friends should actually do, is just be there.
Exactly.
It's just be there.
Huge thing. You need to be there for people whenever they're going through hard times, no matter how close you are to them, because you never know what's really going on in their mind.
Now I'm gonna test y'all's friendship right now. Would y'all live together?
Yes. We actually talked about this a while back. I think we would. We don't ever really fight, but that's because we don't spend a crazy amount of time together.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I feel like something was bothering us, we would be able to talk about it. Yeah. But it's just so weird. It's not like I have to make an effort to be best friends with Kaylee. Like, I just know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a good thing to know. Like, you don't have to make an effort to be somebody's friend. They're just there. Mm-hmm. Like, you can just plop them in your little friends Rolodex and they just stay there. You ain't gotta open it up and they're just there. And I think that's a good quality thing. Another good quality thing for being friends is being there when you're down, of course, and also being there when you have a huge success, basically. Yeah. It's good to know that, of course, family is the number one support system, but it's also good to have a good friend support system as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I preach that all the time.
I think that what you're doing is awesome, because I know you would always talk about it when we were in school. I want to be in the studio.
Yeah, of course.
And this isn't exactly music, but it's something that you like, and you're going out there and trying to achieve your goals and your dreams. And Like, seriously, props to
It
you
is,
for
yeah,
that.
it is cool. I tell this to everyone. I'm like, go watch a show. It's so cool. Like no, and it's true because you don't, like, you get to talk to many people and you get to see, like, their story. Like, you get to see their side, you know, not with just social media.
Exactly, and that's something is because I feel like you don't know what's happening behind closed doors with most people, and this is as close as I get to knowing what's behind, you know, closed doors, talking to somebody face to face. And the thing is that people may get a bad name from social media, and that's why I say social media ruins lives, because you don't know that they might just be just a good person. They're just been put in terrible situations. And, you know, like I said, I've always, like Kaylee was talking about, I've always wanted to be a creative person. Like, I've always wanted to do different things. Like, I can't believe I'll spill the beans. I mean, I'm currently working on a short film right now, so I'm actually writing an actual script. So, that's all I'm going to say right now. So, the creative, I guess, gene, I had to make myself, because, of course, my dad spent 20 years in the Air Force serving our country. He was an aircraft mechanic, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She made sure that while my dad was away, she made sure that everything at the house was good. You know what I'm saying? And quick question. I mean, if this is a future question, whoever Mr. Clopton may be in the future, whoever that may be.
Mr. Clopton.
You never know. Cheyenne may be like, all right, you're taking my last name, homie.
Yeah.
Like, you never know. But, I mean, would you be a stay-at-home mom? Would that bother you if he asked you to be a stay-at-home mom?
No, not at all. That's like my dream job. I was like, I just want to be a stay-at-home mom and make, like, cute little cookies. But it's not like that.
Cute little cookies.
But, you know, like, I don't know. I don't care what I do. Stay-at-home mom, have an office job. I just want to be involved in Zayden's life, like, as much as I can. And I was, like, very fortunate to grow up with great parents. Well, my stepdad, like, raised me, but
setting a good example.
Yeah, like, I just want Zayden to be the best he can be and just, like, love everyone. Like, that's all I care about. I don't care if I live in a one-bedroom house. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. Like,
you just want the best. You just want the best for your kid, and I think that's what everybody else wants.
Yeah, and if I have to stay home, that's fine. If I have to work and just be a single mom until, like, you know, like, if I just have to support me and Zayden, I'm totally cool with that, too. I'm a really independent person.
Shame babies against the world. That's exactly what it is. So, everybody knows how we end this episode. Song of the day. I don't know if I don't know how this is going to go, because I don't know y'all's. Because I usually
that's a freestyle or something?
No. What is wrong with you? No. Basically, it's just a song pick a song basically that either has some sort of meaning to you, something that you jam out to all the time, something that's been in your rotation in the past couple of weeks or days or however many times you listen to it. Unless I'll give y'all a minute to think on that while I'll introduce mine.
All right, go ahead.
I went with this season I've been all over the board lately. I mean, I went with Anderson .Paak and Knowledge off of their debut album, Yes Lord, YESLAWD, with the song Suede. And then I went with completely in the other direction. I went completely in the other direction with Gucci Mane's Plain Jane, and then I kind of went back to the funk, but not too much. It's a bridge of Mac Miller's Soulmate off of the Divine Feminine. And this week, I decided to go with it's brand new, like fresh off the presses. I mean, this song I heard it and I was like, you know what? That's kind of my life right now. Like, I don't even, like, it's, because usually, I don't know if this does to y'all, but music speaks to me in many different ways. It's an art form, and it's amazing to me. So, it's a song called Congratulations by Post Malone featuring Quavo, produced by Vinyls and Frank Dukes. This is off of his debut album, which is finally coming out in December 9th, called Stony. And just basically, it's like, it's congratulations isn't like, I've proved you all wrong, but don't tell me congratulations while I'm proving you wrong, basically. So, and that's personally how I feel, because let's be completely honest, get it out the window. A lot of people didn't expect me to do the things that I do. Not from a notoriety standpoint, but from just I say things and I did it. Like, I did what I said I was going to do. I made my own mixtape. I did it. I did this show. We're already 2 seasons in. So that's mine. That's mine, and that's how I feel about it. And we'll go with them from their songs, and I do have a little bit of a short, cool little message before we end the show. So whichever one of y'all goes first. Kaylee.
I don't necessarily have a certain song that just speaks to me about my life. I just like jamming out to some like good music and getting it in the car by myself, or driving on the highway, or stuck in some traffic, and I'm always dancing, and people look over and laugh at me.
But you don't care.
No. But I don't know. As of lately, I haven't really been listening to music about life. You know, like just like rap that's like talking about like stupid.
Yeah, that's what I listen to. But rap has many different faces, as I know. So.
Oh, so do I have to say certain songs?
Yeah.
I really like the song Caroline right now.
By who?
Anime? Is that how you say it? Eminem?
Close enough.
Something like that. It just came on the radio like a few days ago, I think. But I really like that song.
So Caroline by Eminem? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard it on the radio.
Of course I have.
Don't let me sing it to you, Hunter.
Cheyenne.
Okay, well, I like all types of music. Like, I don't know, like, I like country, I like rap. My mom raised me, like, on old music. I like anything.
There's one specific song that sticks out in your head. What would that be?
Oh my god, that's so hard.
Everybody's always afraid of this question.
Get Low by Lil Jon.
Oh my god! Hold on, there was a tweet about this.
I know. I could be anywhere, and when that song comes on, like, you bet, like, I'm Low. But.
Oh god. I'm just imagining you, babies eating the back, and then that song just comes on.
Oh, he's gonna be raised on some, like, hood rat shit. Like, he's gonna be a G. Like, I don't care.
So, Caroline by Eminem and Get Low by Lil Jon, and Congratulations by Post Malone featuring Quavo. Before we end this, there's something special for me. I don't know about anybody else, but special for me that's happening next week. A Tribe Called Quest was a very influential, very interesting, very outspoken, very activist forward rap group made up of Phife Dawg, Ali Shabi Muhammad, Q-Tip, and Jerobi White, and they birthed basically everybody's favorite rappers. They birthed Busta Rhymes. They basically not Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Andre 3000, Outkast, everybody, and they're coming out with their final album next week. I think it's called Thank You Sir, We'll Take It From Here, or Thank You For Your Service, We'll Take It From Here, and it's their final album. It's their first album in 18 years, and I think it's going to be like the greatest album that I've ever heard. Phife Dawg recently passed away from I think it was he had diabetes. Yes, he had diabetes, and he just had complications, and the motor couldn't run anymore, and he was really cool. Like I wish I would have gotten a chance to meet him before, because I've met some artists that have actually inspired him, like Joey Badass. When I met him, that was probably one of the best days of my life. So if you ever get a chance to during this week, wherever you are, just listen to at least one A Tribe Called Quest song, because they've done so much for hip hop, and I feel like everybody needs to understand that, and just music too. They've done so much, and if it wasn't for A Tribe, then a lot of these people wouldn't out here being, wearing dashikis and wearing all these colorful things and talking about peace and love, and hip hop would still be revolving around NWA if it wasn't for A Tribe Called Quest. So my favorite lyric from Five Dog is off the Scenario remix, which I didn't think existed until 2010. And it goes, quick as how I flip from the tip of the lip, punching out hits like Gladys Knight in the Pips. The 5-foot assassin that's just raided your area. Your corny rhymes are whack, and that's the reason I ain't hearing you. So that's Five Dogs. That's my favorite Five Dog verse. So for Cheyenne Clopton and her newfound life as a mother, and basically just she's reborn, which I'm very proud of you.
Aw, thank you.
And Kaylee, who is more an adult than both of us, kind of.
For sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kaylee.
So, this has been Flight 96. Thank you guys both for being on here. Thank you, Cheyenne, for putting your request in, of course.
Yes, thanks so much, Cheyenne.
Thanks for having us, Hunter.
As for next time, y'all take it easy.
Peace out, Boy Scout.